Hello. If you liked the video, I would like to remind everyone that you can be aware of every video by subscribing to my channel and turning on notifications. You can support us by doing this. Enjoy watching. Birth and youth. Elrond's twin sons, Elladan and Elrohir, were born in the year 130 of the Third Age. The twins with long, dark hair, grey eyes, and noble faces, like their father Elrond, are Parrothill, meaning they have both elven and human blood. Their mother is Celebrian and their sister is Arwen. When Celebrian is attacked by orcs, Elladan and Elrohir save their mother, but Celebrian is tortured. After this incident, the twins began to fight the orcs and take revenge. War of the Ring. Elrond's sons, Elladan and Elrohir, explored the Brunyan River with Aragorn during the War of the Ring to learn about the Nazgul, and then went to Lothlorien. Because Galadriel wanted Aragorn to be with his relatives, he sent 30 Northmen led by Halbarad, and Elladan and Elrohir joined them. The Grey Company found Aragorn and was reunited with him. Aragorn received Elrond's message from the Wardens of the North through Elrohir, and he was reminded of his need for the Way of the Dead. A meeting was held in Rohan under the leadership of King Theoden, and many soldiers prepared to go to Minas Tirith. Aragorn has a meeting with King Theoden and states that he wants to go to the Road of the Dead in Dunharrow. Theoden states that this road is dangerous and that even a living person cannot cross it. Aragorn explains that he still plans to use this road, and if the war continues, he can catch up to Minas Tirith. Theoden complies with Aragorn's request and they leave. Aragorn sets off with Legolas, Gimli, and the Rangers of the North. They set off to reach the Road of the Dead, and the group advances through a place of whispers. Path of the Dead. The Grey team arrive at the Erect Stone, and Aragorn summons the King of the Dead to ask them to fulfill their vows. The King of the Dead accepts that he is Aragorn's heir, and they set off with the Grey Company. The Grey Company arrives in Lamidan and encounters their enemies Umbar and Haradrim. When these enemies see the Grey Company and the army of the dead coming, they run away. Then the Grey Company crosses the plain of Lebanon and sets out for Pelargir. Umbar's fleet awaits at Pelargir, but the arrival of the Grey Company and the army of the dead forces the enemies to flee. The strength and fear of the Grey Fleet and the army of the dead plunge the Haradrim into uncontrolled panic. The army of the dead sweeps away enemies at great speed. The King of the Dead stands before the army, breaks his spear and throws it to the ground, and the Grey Company and the army of the dead begin to clear the enemies of Minas Tirith. Finally, the King of the Dead completes his mission and disappears with his army. Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Aragorn and his entourage cross the Anduin to the Pelennor Fields. Their approach to the port with Umbar's ships causes panic in the army of Rohan. Eomer, leader of the Rohirrim, sees the flag of Gondor and the special emblem on Aragorn's ship. Aragorn's presence terrifies the orcs of Mordor. However, the fact that their ships are full of enemies reminds them how tough the battle will be. Although Aragorn's arrival brings hope, the fact that a great war awaits us remains unshakable. Southern warriors are strong and have resisted throughout the day, but their end is near. Elladan marches into Mordor with Elrohir, the Rangers, and the Knights of Dol Amroth. The twins fight on the front lines in the Battle of the Moran Nan and watch the Ring's destruction and Sauron's downfall. Fourth Age. Elrond's sons, Elladan and Elrohir, attended the victory celebrations in the fields of Cormoran. A week after Aragorn's coronation, they parted northward. They returned to Minas Tirith in midsummer and attended the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. The two brothers later attended the funeral of King Theoden of Rohan. On August 14 they said goodbye to their sister Arwen and parted ways. Elrond left Middle-earth in 3021 and sailed to the Undying Realm. Elladan and Elrohir lived in Rivendell for years.